On this podcast, we explore the many dimensions of spirituality and how they intersect with everyday life. Join us as we dive deep into conversations about how people are serving humanity, embodying spiritual wisdom, and creating positive change in the world. From ancient traditions to modern practices, the Spirituality Now podcast is your space to discover, learn, and be inspired. Welcome to the Spirituality Now. I say now because we put an exclamation mark now in our branding. To the Spirituality Now podcast. I am your host, Ivonne Delaflor. We're always our team. Behind the scenes is Sofia Montero, which is practically now the creative director of the podcast. She's looking for ways for us to up-level our podcast. And we're really being with that little, in Mexico it's called gusanito, like something inside of us moving like, oh, we really are ready to come out of the cocoon. We've been working for years in this podcast. It used to be a Spanglish one, bilingual, that I will translate English and Spanish in the podcast. Great people chose to believe in us of that. Richard Roth from the Gene Keys. So many people. I don't have them in my memory. Francisco Jara, Breadwork Masters, Sean Wallen, that gave us, just so much opportunity. But we've been working for this 4 years. Before that, I was preparing for 2 years or so. I'm kind of in the slow doing things mode, but I'm feeling like the little feeling in my body that it's time just to push through an update. So just know that you will be watching live, quality of the reels changing, quality of our audio. Hopefully, we're doing the best we can with what we have, but that's never an excuse not to upgrade. And so I'm checking in with that. I'm checking it with incredible joy. Today that we are recording this podcast with someone that I truly wanted to have the podcast for eons. I think lifetimes. Even when the podcast didn't exist in another lifetime, I wanted to have her with me. I've been so fortunate to have her with me. But today, this is pre-recorded, but I am journeying with Latin America and some family of America too. A journey called 21 Days of Faith in Action that you are all going to be able to access. Just a donation is of $21, and it's been phenomenal to watch the miracles as we go with that practice, that challenge. It's called 21 Days of Faith in Action, 21 Días de Fe en Acción. There's English y Espanol versions, each in their own little bucket. And the 21 Days of Faith in Action, the Power of Living, is being phenomenal. So if you ever want to just go through that challenge yourself at your own pace, you can reach out to support@delaflorteachings.com, and we will send you a link for you to join us. Anywho, enough of me. Let me introduce you to my beloved guest today. She is truly, literally about quantum anything, quantum empowerment, quantum healing, quantum universe, quantum. She is your person for anything quantum. Actually, we're titling this podcast Quantum Empowerment, Transforming Lives Through Energy and Healing, which she keeps doing on and on and on. So on this week podcast, we are honored to have as a guest my beloved friend, ally, and also we're partners now. We're collaborators. We partner with, I have a company called Delaflor Teachings, and I'm very specific now who my partner. I used to partner. I used to be like, everybody come, let's partner. You want 50% of our businesses, take it. And I learned, something that happens when you grow up and hopefully wiser, or when you grow up making so many mistakes that you learn. Eventually you learn. And I'm super discerning of who we partner. Obviously, my partners now is super discerning too. But we partner with Shazia, which is our guest today, Shazia Subhani. And I'm going to introduce you. But I just wanted to tell you, because for those of you who have followed me through the thick and thin, I've been also an artist creating digital artwork, and actually physical too. I just don't show that physically. Some of my dear friends have them in showcase in their homes. I create codes, sacred geometry like mandalas for years. And the digital art has been, people really like it. People really have experiences with them in their meditation. So these specific tools that Shazia is going to talk about too are like quantum energy. I call them art. I don't call them healing because I'm not a healer and I don't want anybody to get misplaced. But Shazia, she can tell about that. And so we partner, and she is a certified master of master trainers in this area, and she does the work with the codes. She is the only person I partner for this. No other person. There's incredible teachers of this that have graduated with us, certified facilitators, but she's a master trainer of trainers. And the person that, we both, I think we relate in the same core values. Anyways, so this week we're honored to have her. Her name is Miss Shazia Naz Subhani. Look at the name, just so beautiful. And Shazia is a highly accomplished information technology specialist. I mean, information technology specialist. She's the founder and CEO of Can.Indigo Solutions Incorporated and a visionary leader in the field of quantum healing. She truly is a visionary. Since 2003, she has begun working with the tools of Ascension. That's how we have named the sacred geometry codes and other programs that we all have created, including her, including the transformative codes of codes of A, which stands for absolute harmony. She does this to facilitate harmony, success, and positive outcomes in all areas of life. Shazia is authorized by our company, as I just shared with you, the founder of Delaflor Teachings, which is myself, to teach and certify students globally in these tools, the tools of Ascension. She's a passionate advocate for empowerment. She has guided thousands of people. And when I tell you thousands, it's thousands of people worldwide toward clarity, personal growth, empowerment, mastery, and profound transformation. Shazia, I give you the microphone. Welcome to the show, love.
Well, thank you so much, MNI. It is an honor for me to be on this podcast, and thank you so much for this beautiful introduction. I'm flattened, really. Thank you so much. My journey with the codes of art, the tools of ascension, and having Ivonne Delaflor, MNI, as my mentor and my friend, it had been a beautiful journey, a very empowering one indeed. And it has given me so many areas of empowerment, which has helped me personally on almost every aspect of my life. And since I'm an advocate of an empowerment, and quantum healing had been with me since I think over 18 years now, using the tools of ascension, namely codes of I can safely say that I personally believe in the power of intention and the sacred geometry that is designed as received by Ivonne. And from my background, I understand that, everything in terms of the information technology requires to flow smoothly without any kind of bugs and any kind of hindrances. And the same goes for the energetic field within a human body. Every aspect of our beingness is governed by energy. And once there is a blockage of energy, issues start surfacing, be it emotional, physical, mental, etc. So that's where I was attracted to the tools of ascension work, the codes of our work, because as soon as I interacted with the very first session I had back in year, I don't even remember, I think it was 2004, I started feeling a lot of tingling sensations in my entire body, and that was not normal. And I was thinking at that time that what is happening? I'm just interacting with the patterns and the geometry that is in front of me. And then I started doing my own research, and I started looking into the aspects of sacred geometry, which Ivonne after some time also explained to me what it is. And it immediately resonated well with me, because being in an information technology field, I always wanted to have smooth flow of energies in terms of information. So for me, information is energy. If there's any hindrance or any bug in the network system, it does not work well for me or for any organization, I believe. So when I interacted with the codes of I started feeling more energized, and I at the same time had this kind of desire to excel more into this field. So yeah, thank you once again for inviting me here. And I mean, if I'll just continue talking about codes of I believe I will not give my host any chance to ask me any questions. So I'll stop here, and
I
I'll.
love it. You know what I think? I think we need to do a specific podcast only on the codes of because I've never spoken about that, and you are the best to speak. I mean, I actually think you are much better than me. And just when you said like this is not normal, I loved it so much that someone will tell you like with the work with the things you created, these quantum tools, these tools of ascension that they are called. We frame them like that. It's not normal. And I love that you come from a science perspective. Shazia, please tell us a little bit before we go into the depth, because this is going to be very exciting. Where are you from? Where were you born? Because you're a gorgeous woman. Those of you who are watching us on YouTube, please follow us, subscribe, share. We are trying to grow the podcast on YouTube too. I'm going to be a little bit more adamant and to invest in that and nurture that. But let us know, where were you born? How did your connection with energy and technology begin?
Okay, that's something I have to like talk about from my early childhood memory time, because energy had always been something that has fascinated me. I was born in Abbottabad. It's in the northern area of Pakistan. My grandparents' house was where I was born. It's in the middle of the mountains. So I had always been, loving the space where they are mountains, rivers, greenery, clear sky. So all of my childhood I have spent in that space. My father, he had really played a very important role in bringing me to this idea and this understanding of all possibilities are there when we put our intention into doing something. And so I'm really grateful and thankful to all the guidance that I received from my parents, especially my father. He used to say everything is magic. I mean, maybe just a statement for us to make life easy for us, that don't give up on anything. Everything is magic. When you put your intention into it, it will work for you. So, coming from that understanding from the very early childhood, I completed my education in universities in Pakistan, and then I got married and moved to Canada. Here I had my first child, after which we were offered a very good opportunity to move to Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia being the hub of, faith and religious practices for us, we decided to move to Saudi Arabia initially. It was in Saudi Arabia where things at that time was pretty difficult for females to become an entrepreneur or to become someone who can be called an empowered being. Yet my work with very initial setup at that time in terms of the Reiki practice allowed me to look more deeper into all possible tools that can help me in helping people around me. And at that time, I was struggling with finding possibilities to assist my youngest sister, who was undergoing major health related issues. And believing in alternative medication, I wanted to like find ways of helping her energetically. And that was when I landed in one of the areas that talked about the codes of art, and I decided to explore them. And since that time, I think it was in July 2003 that I encountered the codes of that I am with this energetic modality. And it's been over, I think, more than a decade and so that I'm still learning, practicing, and I'm also honored to now teach the same modality to thousands of people who are also attracted to energy work. So the word quantum stays with me since the beginning of times, maybe even before my birth, that there is no concept of time and space. And when you put your intention into doing something, when your soul calls for that energetic connection, then there's no going back. There's only moving forward.
You are covering all of the questions. It's incredible, and it's really moving and humbling for me to hear. You work with something I create, but you have taken it to the next levels. I've always said that I'm like the designer of something. I create something, but it's like we both are doing. So it's not only that I create this digital art, these digital quantum tools. It's like you, without you, there's no really the effective use of that, and or any of the teachers that you certify that you train. So thank you for sharing that. And I didn't know that of your background. I love to hear and how inspiring it is that you really wanted to help someone. The best healers and the best people that I've met that are doing great changes to support others in the world usually started by a big why, but usually a big why that was exiting themselves. It was not about me. It was a propelled by like, I want to help my sister, I want to help my mother. Obviously, there's a lot of like, I want to help myself to get better, but there's always this abandonment of the I, of the me, into the, oh, let's go to the we, let's help them. It's just so beautiful to watch. So, I'm looking at my questions here and I'm like, she covered that, she covered that, she covered that. So I want to ask you, you share a little bit about your technology, how your background in technology influences your approach to energy work, what brought you to this work. You took that cover, the tools of Ascension. So I want to ask you, how would you explain? Let's imagine that we all are babies. I'm a baby. How would you explain quantum healing to someone completely new to this concept?
Okay. So, quantum healing, as per my understanding and what I have been teaching, this is a holistic approach that allows a person to be in their own beingness and yet experience wonders because there is no concept of time and space. So, let's say, for example, I would like to invite you to just close your eyes for a second and visualize yourself maybe in the Bahamas. Immediately, your brain waves are going to calm down and you are going to feel the calmness and peacefulness around you with the water surrounding you, with the beautiful landscape and all that. This is just an example that how our brain magically transports us as soon as we set our intention into doing this quantum work. So the concept of quantum healing, I believe for anyone who is new to this field will resonate with them that as per your intention, you can be in any physical location and you are going to immediately get yourself projected in that physical location and start feeling the surroundings of that place as well because there is no concept of time and space. And the quantum healing techniques that I have been working with is something that is used for distant healing as well. And why we say distant healing? Because I don't want to make this like kind of a statement that okay, I am a magician and I can work on you wherever you are in the world, but at the same time my students can actually give a testimony here that no matter where they are in the world, while I'm sitting in my room here in Canada, in Mississauga, in my office, as soon as I connect with them energetically, as soon as I get permission from their higher self to work on their energy field, they immediately feel the connection. And I have been taught the connection protocol by just feeling it in my left hand and in my body. Some people feel it very strongly in the left hand with the flow of energy coming towards the palm. And some people feel it in the entire body. So as soon as I set my intention to connect with people, they feel the connection immediately. Some report it to be like a tingling sensation. Some feel it like a warm or cold sensation. Some feel immediately at peace. Some feel my presence with them as if I am sitting just next to them, or I'm sitting behind them, putting my hands on them, because at times I do that through my visuals using the frequencies of the sacred geometry. I send all of that frequency through my intention, through my breath, to the people no matter where in the world they are. So the word quantum is running away from the boundaries. There is no boundary when you work with quantum technology. No boundary of time, no limitations of time, no boundaries geographically around you. No matter where in the world you are, you will receive the same benefit as if you are in my physical presence. So that's why we call it quantum healing.
That's I think I got it. That it took me so many years. I think this is a perfect explanation and very clear. Now, what are the qualities? And I know that we went over a little bit of what we were going to talk about before, but what are the qualities? What makes me a good recipient of quantum healing? So what are the what distinguishes one that is more effective, the quantum healing, because I believe in it, than from someone that is not? What are the qualities? What do you need in a student or from me to receive that?
So, the advice that I do present to my clients, my students, is that just keep an open mind, because our mind, our thoughts, they have the most, you can say, influence on how we approach quantum healing methodologies. A lot of people who come to this work, they actually don't believe in it initially, but then after experiencing it, they end up finding the truth, I can say. And then they accept that, yes, this is a possibility, that I can be anywhere in the world and I can still receive the healing and the energies and the empowerment. So, using the tools of ascension, the codes of as a modality for quantum healing and quantum empowerment, this has allowed people not just to receive healing of emotional traumas and fear based and guilt and all these kind of um, third dimensional low frequency emotions, but it has also given them a kind of a motivation to continue to go into their soul purpose. You know, understanding your existence is very crucial for this work. It's not just like robotically you will be living a life where you are to complete your chores, your tasks, your responsibilities, and then you pass on to the next dimension. There is a purpose for every existence. I personally had a purpose when I started this work, actually, long before that, to help people. That's why I was called for this work. And having a clear purpose in life is what I request my clients to determine. And then we go through certain steps to determine what they feel their calling is. Because with that purpose clear in their mind, they can very easily navigate through any challenges in life. And using the quantum frequencies, they can empower themselves. They can also assist people around them, which is something very important for me, because it's not just me who is receiving the frequency or receiving the empowerment. It's everyone who is connected with me. And since everything in the universe is made of energy, we impact people in our surroundings through the energy that we are carrying. And we are the best judge whether or not we are being influential in a positive way to the people in our surroundings. And especially with this work, a person do have that power. I mean, they end up receiving this power because their mindset changes, their thought patterns changes, their way to approach life changes. And we don't just talk about like healing, we also talk about raising the level of consciousness. And we also talk about, and we actually act on what we talk about. It's not just talking, but it's also practical implementation. So, determination, commitment, and understanding of a soul purpose is what is required from people who wants to work with the quantum healing technology. Once they are clear about their purpose, then there's no going back. And majority of them always have the same answer: we want to serve humanity. We want to serve somebody in our family. We want to help ourselves, and then we want to help others. So the one who comes with this statement clearly shows that they have a higher purpose in life. And having that purpose clear in their mind makes them the best student. I don't even have to do anything. They just receive, they just practice, and then they become the best version of who they already were. So,
Shazia, this was a masterclass, mini masterclass on this. This is very clear. I love how you say determination is one of the three aspects of what you just shared of what makes a good student, right? The purpose, all of that. What you said, it's something to make notes about. I'm making notes now. What you are sharing, and the good student also has an aspect of wanting to serve humanity, wanting to be useful for others, which in Buddhism that will be called the Dharma and the Karma, and to
yes,
putting yourself at the service of others. I love that. So let's talk about humanity for a moment. So humanity is facing, because we're talking about individual quantum healing, right? For each individual projected now. But let's talk about collective healing, because I know you have done groups of incredible people that are focusing on sending this quantum healing energy using the sacred geometry codes of the tools of Ascension to the world, to places in distress. When there was COVID, I saw that you and your group were working massively on this. So humanity right now, as in many other times, right? But it's facing a lot of challenges. Mental health crisis, political crisis, global uncertainty. So, how do you see the use of quantum healing impacting, affecting, or supporting these areas of life? Can we do it collectively?
of course, the answer is in the question.
Uh, yes.
Yes, we can do that. Um, Understanding that quantum healing methodologies, these are holistic approaches. And since everything is made of energy, when we interact with energetic tools like the tools of Ascension, it immediately brings our brain waves to a level where we start feeling peaceful. And anyone who is suffering from like stress related issues or fear based actions had really kind of brought them to a level where they are always in a flight or fight kind of a state. It allows them to calm down. So the sacred geometry that you, Yvonne, have been creating since a very long time, maybe since your childhood time, it has something that really calms the nerves. I personally have experienced it like so many times. Every time I just close my eyes and visualize a certain code that was meant for clearing any kind of emotional trauma or clear out the fear emotions from oneself, anxiety, even for people who are suffering from insomnia. As soon as you interact, and the way I run it through the body of the client, like it's running through the meridians, through the internal network system, just like I have explained initially that as an IT expert, the network has to work smoothly without any glitches, no hiccups at all. Otherwise, the entire organization is kind of collapsing because of the lack of the internet connectivity, or let's say the network issues, or the lack of data clarity. So an organization is just like a human body with different departments. So every department start getting impacted just by the network malfunctioning. And the same goes for the human body. Different organs, different part of the body start getting impacted because of the blocked energies that is like a network glitch inside the body. So when I run the frequencies in a certain way using my breath and also through the power of intention and visualization, the client starts experiencing more peace within them, and the energetic blockages starts moving out of them, because that's what I am practically doing and visualizing. Every single meridian of their body receives the frequencies, and I'm practically vacuum cleaning any debris through my visuals. And like, at the end of the day, it's a clean house. So nobody really wants to talk about the debris, because at the end of the day, everyone wants to enjoy the clean house. So that's what they receive at the end of the session. And at times, based on the density of the issues, like at times the fear by itself, it has a very strong residuals in the subconscious mind. So it requires more than one session to work on clearing the fear and the guilt and any kind of disharmony from the emotional aspects of a person. So collectively, when one person gets clear, they impact through their clear energy another person. And even if the other person is not receiving the session from me, the energetic clarity of the person in their surrounding, the person who has received the clearing impacts another person. It's like a ripple effect. And this is what myself and the group of the guardians, we have a small group but very powerful people, with the very clear intention of helping humanity and the collective. So we come together every now and then as per our calling, and then we target the grids of Mother Earth by sending the sacred frequencies which Yvonne graciously designed and give it to us for using for Mother Earth as well as for humanity, because we are connected through our auric field with Mother Earth energetically. So whatever we think, we impact the grids of Mother Earth. So when we are thinking positively, when we are running the energies that are clearing our energetic field and uprising our level of consciousness, we in our physical location are impacting the grids of our physical location. And it's like a ripple effect. So when the guardians from all over the world, we are meeting together, we are practically covering the entire globe. And we are targeting like the areas where we are like directed to run the frequencies more, the areas of fear where there is panic and fear among the collective people. We do from our side the best possible frequency transmutation to the grids of Mother Earth, and do the visualizations for a happy, harmonious world for everyone. So the collective consciousness, obviously, as I mentioned, it's a ripple effect. The more people come to the work of empowerment, the more people come to the realization of their soul purpose and their connection with their divine creator. Because at the end of the day, we are all co-creators of our reality, as it's a blessing and a gift from the divine creator God to us. So when we co-create this harmony within us and in our surroundings, we are practically serving the collective consciousness as well. And trending along in the dimensional frequencies becomes more easy for everyone, as you do understand that this is a time of ascension, from ascending from fear, guilt, anger, and hatred kind of feelings to a more compassionate, loving, understanding world. So this dimensional shift will only happen when we collectively start resonating with these empowered tools, as well as start looking into ways of improving our life in a way that we become a positive influence on everyone in our surrounding.
Wow. See me talking? No. Wow. When you were sharing this, we did in this program, this challenge that we have called 21 Days of Faith in Action. There's a day called like facing the uncertainty and trusting the uncertainty. And one of the main things that activate, talking about fear and all of this that is going globally and individually too, I love that you said the ascension from that. Phenomenal explanation. But one of the things that happens is that uncertainty, it really triggers the amygdala. We're going to talk neuroscience right now. the amygdala in the brain. So that's why when I'm working creating sacred geometry with the codes, and we'll do a podcast just for the codes, but I'm really focusing what are the colors that calm down the amygdala? How can I remove the hijacking of the amygdala? Because uncertainty is wired. It's a natural process in the brain for survival and safety, right? It triggers anxiety, it triggers fear. And I believe we're in override collectively, like with all of the propaganda, the media, all of the stuff, social media, the wars, the viruses, the pandemics, etc. So it's really overactive. And I love what you said, the connection with God, the connection with something higher. And quantum healing too is something that you trust in that which cannot be seen, but it can be felt. The moment you do that, neuroscience wise, Shazia, it begins to activate the areas of the brain lighting up like a tree. You just hook the pineal gland, the pituitary gland, the prefrontal cortex, the parietal lobe. So I am fascinated that we can put this into words and can explain the science. That's why I love to work with you, because we don't only go to the, oh, this is because our energy elevates. So, but what does it mean? How does it work? What's the technology? I think that's why you and I working and being partners on the tools of Ascension is like so critical. So I love your explanation. So Shazia, we're coming to the end, but I really want to have you back so we can talk specifically about the codes. Is there, I want, is there a message or a little practical, just like a minute or so, guiding quantum guidance that we can give or that you can give to others, especially anyone feeling anxiety, anyone feeling like disconnected, anybody really wanting to just tap into that field of inner knowledge, the inner healer, and just, is there anything that you can guide us through just for a minute or 30 seconds or so um, before we end?
Yeah, I would say that, one of the things that I really would like to take into consideration in my message is that people feel disconnected from the source, and hence they feel disconnected from themselves. Just simply closing your eyes and concentrating on your breathing brings you back to this awareness that you are connected with the divine, because our breath is a source of life that has been gifted to us from the divine. Without this breath, we are lifeless, right? So, having this connection through our breath alone is enough for anyone to become stress free, because the divine, who is our creator, he loves us 70 times more than a mother. So, if a mother cannot harm a child, if she wants the best for her child, imagine how much love there is from the divine for its creation, for his creation. Like, we are co-creators at the same time. So this is like a huge, huge gift presented to humanity, that I have not just created you, but I have also given you the co-creation abilities to go and create your life. But at the same time, we have these universal guidelines, divine source energies that are guiding us to do the right and to choose between what is right and what is wrong. Having the breath alone is enough for us to realize who we are, a co creator of reality, a creation of the divine, a beautiful being who is here for a purpose. That purpose can be anything from just giving a beautiful smile to someone who is in a need of seeing that smile, to any level of helping anyone in the world. And I believe that all light workers, everyone is a light worker, because the light of the divine is within our heart. He is closer than our jugular vein. Why would we feel separated from the divine when he is so close to us? So not feeling that separation is the first step. This is my message. Just use your breath to connect to the divine energies and feel that beautiful energy flowing through your body like beautiful white light. Okay, as you breathe in and you breathe out, fill your entire body with that divine source light, a brilliant white light, and feel it running in every single cell and particle of your body. And at the same time, when you are standing or when you are sitting, also through your visualization, you can ground your energies to stay strong in what you are required to do in this life for you. And when I say stay strong, I mean like you can very easily, first of all, ground yourself, because grounding energies is important. Otherwise, at times when we are multitasking, when we are facing all this kind of social media news, our mind goes, in all directions, experiencing fear, anxiety, stress, etc. So grounding our energies is very important. And you can do that on daily basis simply by sitting and visualizing that there are roots which are going through your feet into Mother Earth, and it is giving you a strong base for you to start your day. And at the same time, close your eyes, visualize the divine source light entering from your crown chakra, running through your entire body. So this bidirectional flow of energy immediately calms you down, and it kind of prepares you for facing the rest of the day. And never, never ever give up, because giving up is like you don't trust the divine. And I don't think that there's anyone in the world who will say that they don't believe in the divine. It's like the divine is within you. So trust in yourself. That is like trusting the divine, your creator.
Oh, amen. Shazia, again, amen. And it's so in alignment. Those of you who are doing the 21 Days of Faith in Action channels have done challenged, have done it. Cannot even speak. Also in Spanish, amigos mexicanos, amigos de Latinoamérica que están haciendo el reto. This is just a divine, beautiful confirmation. I call them God formations. And so clear express, Shazia. Where can people find you? And we're going to put everything. We're going to put copy her bio and all of the media links, her Facebook, her website. But where can people find you? How they say in the podcast world, pimp yourself, share with others. And is there anything that the people of the Spirituality Now podcast, if they reach out to you and said, hey, I heard the podcast, I reached out at the end, if not, they will not know. But is there anything that you can offer to them?
Of course, I'm actually offering free sessions. I have a YouTube channel, and people are really listening to those sessions and benefiting from them. So that is something like as a part of service for all that is going on without any financial gain from it. At the same time, a free consultation session will be available for anyone who would like to learn more about how they can work with the codes of R and how they can, get more inspiration to streamline their soul purpose and soul mission, etc., and to learn more about themselves. I love talking about the connection with the divine and how important it is to feel that connection in order to become more stronger in your beliefs. Because a thought, there are millions of thoughts that are in our mind on daily basis, but unless you energize that thought, it will not benefit you or harm you, right? So the idea here is that if you believe in a thought, then it will start impacting you. So your belief is very important. What do you believe who you are? What do you believe what you can do? Like I talk about beliefs now because everyone here, I believe, is also understanding the importance of uh, thoughts and the frequencies, because everything is made of energy. So when people will listen to this podcast, if they feel the energy, if they feel that this is something they would like to learn more about, contact me on Shazia Subhani. Shazia at empoweredmaster.com. I also have a website, empoweredmaster.com. I also have a YouTube channel, Naz Subhani, for empowerment of indigos. You can send me a WhatsApp message. I believe I can share my phone number, and it can be available
It'll
on
be
the
public.
website.
It'll be public. Would you can give it to us and we'll put it in the copy.
Exactly. So, anyone who would like to contact me, there are so many ways of contacting me. Free consultation, free sessions are already available. I think more than over 20 free sessions are available on the YouTube. And all these sessions are actually all about the codes of R and the empowerment. And thank you so much, M&I,
Oh,
Ivonne.
thank you. Oh, by the way, everyone, if you hear Shasya, she's calling me Amenai, is because that's my Swami name. Because people, who's Amenai, who's Yvonne, that's my, I was initiated in the Kriya lineage yoga tradition as a Swami many, many lifetimes ago. But that's how we met, Shasya and I, with my Swami name. So I just wanted to say that. Thank you for being with us. We love having you, and we will plan to have you back just to talk about the tools of ascension and the codes of art.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Shasya. Thank you, everyone. We send you a big kiss. Lots of quantum healing energy, hugs, and love, and radiance, and all the best. We will see you next podcast. We send you a big kiss. Adios. Thank you for tuning into the Spirituality Now podcast. We hope today's episode has inspired and empowered you on your spiritual journey. If you enjoyed this conversation, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with others who may benefit from it. Remember, spirituality is not just something we practice, it is how we live, how we serve, and how we connect. Stay grounded, stay inspired, and keep evolving. Please join us next time for more enlightening discussions. And until then, take care and be well.